So this video is about safety and how we imply safety in our really close neighborhood. Enjoy.
Yeah, 67, 67, 68.
Safety, man. Well, I think a big part of it is traffic flow, right? Like if you have people just, people can walk around pretty easily on the streets here without having to worry about like some car like flying by at like 80 miles an hour. Even though there aren't like designated bike paths, I would say in general throughout definitely this neighborhood and through the city as a whole, like bicyclists are given a pretty well-deserved amount of respect, I think, because a lot of people do bike ride. I think while the police presence isn't real high, some people I think are concerned with like, theft a lot. I don't think people are very concerned for like their well-being, right? Like I mean, I have no qualms about walking through any part of the city at any time of day by myself. That's not something that I like am concerned about, right? Although I am like concerned about even in nice neighborhoods making sure that my property is protected.
Yeah, like you'd probably have a good lock and
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So like, would you say compared to other cities you've been to, this is like pretty safe, or is it more of a?
I would say that the amount of precaution I take is probably higher here, just because it is like a city proper. Like the only other places I've lived have been more like towns, and so. But I don't feel less secure here. I would say.
Yeah. In the neighborhood, and like, what do you think your opinion is about like how we take measures to make it safer?
Lighting, better lighting, more people out on the street, and people paying attention to what's going on around them.
Yeah, like even at night,
instead of just listening to their headphones all the time.
Yeah, in the shop I saw like 4 or 5 people wearing headphones.
Yep, and when they have those on or they've got their phones all the time, they're not paying attention to what's going on around them. And that's one of the best ways to keep yourself safe.
Yeah, and do you think this park is safe at night? Like, do you walk your dog at night?
Absolutely never.
It's not?
Never.
I've been here at night.
There have been people attacked up here.
Really?
And
I guess I've just been lucky.
You get people with drugs and homeless and other folks that hang out here. A few years ago, there was someone attacked with a hammer at 5 in the morning or something. But you have to.
Like, I've been here at like 12 or so because we wanted to go stargazing. Yeah.
Unless you had a whole lot of people with you and never carry anything of any value. But you had to be, you know, this neighborhood really changes at night. It gets late at night. We started a neighborhood safe thing, and it's pretty good.
What is
during
that?
Light. It's where neighbors get together to make sure that their neighborhood is safer. Because we were having a lot of robberies, and we'd had a fire from breaking in and stuff. A lot of car burglaries and break-ins to people's mailboxes for identity theft.
So that's only Lower Pack Heights, or it's all across this whole area?
Around in here.
So Lower Pack Heights, and then in Nob Hill it's the same thing, or?
The city changes a lot after dark. You get people in neighborhoods that don't live in the neighborhoods. In this neighborhood, there's prostitution, drugs.
Oh, I've seen that, like.
And anytime you
but
have
you see that on
kind
Polk all the time.
Polk Street, it drifts up. And in fact, they were going to take all the parking out of all the alleys down here because of prostitution and drugs. We got them to keep some of the parking so that people would be safe and not have to park 5 miles away.
Yeah. Wow.
But the city changes after dark. We're trying to get them when they do the renovation to put in more lights, because the more people that are up here, like with dogs and stuff,
Yeah.
the safer it is for everybody. But
So what's your dog's name?
This is Luna.
Luna?
Yeah.
And is Luna more of a playful or watchdog or friend?
Playful. Very,
Yeah,
very
playful.
Very sweet.
And your other dog's name?
This is not, only Luna is
Oh,
mine.
okay.
The other three belong to the other gentleman.
Okay. That's nice. So, what do you think safety in the neighborhood is?
Well, when you say safety, you mean in terms of dog and dog walking, or in terms of
Or like
crime and things like that?
everything. Like, does it apply to crime, or does it sort of, like, would you consider safety in the neighborhood even just like when to go outside or where you are in the neighborhood, or like safety measures people take? Like, do they put up signs for safety and stuff like that?
Well, I've lived here a long time, and I've always considered this a reasonably safe neighborhood. But it's a pretty high-end neighborhood, and I could see where this is a prime target. And coming from the East Coast, I tend to be streetwise about my surroundings.
Yeah.
And so I feel safe, but I'm also streetwise and aware of what's going on around me, and realize that, you know, this is America, and this is a big city, and this is there's potential for crime and safety anywhere. I'm especially concerned, if I had to highlight one thing, this park tends to be an attraction for homeless people.
Yeah, I know people live here at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And homelessness in this park and in my neighborhood, in this neighborhood, and this city is a big issue for me. I like to think that I'm somewhat liberal and somewhat concerned about the society, and realize that the old adage is true, that a society is judged on how well it treats its most unfortunate
Members or
members.
yeah.
So I don't want to be callous or cold about the people on the bottom level of this society, but I also feel that there needs to be some control in terms of the street people and the sleeplessness around the city. And I think that that pendulum needs to swing a little bit the other way. Although I'm certainly not in favor of the recent law that was passed in Arizona.
What was that?
That police are now allowed to just ask anybody for their citizenship papers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they have to prove that they're citizens. Just any police can ask anybody at any time.
So you have to carry an ID around all the
So
time
they
now.
have to carry ID, and it targets, of course, immigrant people. But, you know, this country was made on immigration, and I'm all for allowing immigration.
Yeah.
But I just think that there needs to be a certain amount of cooperation and legal adherence, and we all need to just be able to get along and be kinder. And I think that starts in the education system, in our society, and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So that's where safety goes with me in terms of crime and street stuff.